And while we're on the topic of small business and the year-round economy, let's shift our focus to housing. Many employers struggle finding quality employees because those quality employees struggle finding housing. Housing has a huge impact on quality of life and the ability for young people to make a life here on Cape Cod. It's a vicious cycle that needs to stop. A new report issued by the Housing Assistance Corporation takes a look at the local housing shortage and the high cost of doing nothing.
I mean, this is not a new story, really. For people who have been living this is not a new story. I mean, anyone you talk to who has tried to start a job on the Cape, looking for housing, you know that people jump around from job to job. I mean, from house to house. Myself, I've lived on the Cape full time for about 7 years now. I've lived in 9 different places. So you get a seasonal rental, like a winter rental, then you have to. Come June, you have to find some place to go. So maybe you sleep on someone's couch and wait for that next year's seasonal rental. So while it's not a new problem, we're definitely seeing this become. We're seeing it getting worse, not better. We see more and more people walking through our door at HAC, who are people who have good paying jobs. There have been good tenants in the past, but the homes that they're renting are being sold. Because it's a good seller's market right now, so they're being sold, and the buyers are second home buyers who are looking to rent it out weekly or use it themselves.
One of the causes that is bringing this issue more to the forefront and creating more of a squeeze of structural problems is the short-term rental market. So with the advent of Airbnb and other types of online short-term rental platforms, it's become a lot easier for homeowners to rent out their homes on a short-term basis. They tend to see dollar signs when it comes to that. And you have more people who are buying property for investment purposes. And so this now we have Airbnb and other companies, aggressively marketing to people to rent on a short-term basis. And so people are now displacing year-round tenants.
I think at its heart, the cause of the housing shortage on the Cape really has to do with what makes it such a great place, is that it's a seasonal tourist economy. We have over 60,000 seasonal homes on Cape Cod, which is a great thing. It's a place people want to come. They want to come here, spend their money, vacation here. So while that's great, it also causes problems for people who live here year-round and are looking for a place to live. So we have 60,000 seasonal homes. Almost 72% of those are vacant most of the year.
If you consider that today, right now, 1/4 of the Cape's workforce is already commuting from over the bridge, which is a huge number, and it's growing. Those people are the core of the customer base for our local year-round employers. They are also the core that is the economic engine that keeps those businesses running. And it impacts their ability to meet demand, to grow, to have reasonably priced goods and services.
We thought about, well, what can we do today that might make an impact? So one of the ideas we came up with was, what if we could find a way to incentivize some of the seasonal homeowners to rent their homes year-round? Again, there's 60,000 seasonal homes. A lot of them obviously are people who are living in them for a part of the year, or some of them are more high-end homes that are investment. They're definitely more of the seasonal vacation home. But there's a lot of homes on the Cape that are sort of your modest home that would be a great year-round rental, and maybe it's a home that isn't really used very much. It might be a home that's been passed down through generations, and family members are trying to figure out what to do with it. So we think there's a pretty sizable number of homes that really could be year-round rentals if people had the information to rent it out, and maybe a little bit of an incentive. So we started this program called Rent 365, and HAC is going to basically pay a $1,000 signing bonus for anyone who's not renting their home year-round who would consider signing up to rent it year-round. And in addition, we'll help the homeowner go through the whole process of finding a tenant, writing a lease. We have a landlord-tenant attorney who has signed on to help out pro bono to work with anyone interested. and we can help set them up with a realtor to find a tenant. We can help set them up with a property manager. Basically, all of the things that make being a landlord seem daunting.
The important thing to think about too, when you look at the totality of the problem, and that was a big goal of ours, is to look at the totality of the housing market and the totality of the problem and its impacts broadly on the broader economy, is that when you constrict the supply, it's just basic economics, you drive up the price, and you have more people competing for a very limited supply.
You can read that full report and learn more about the initiatives at capehousing.org.